Hello, my loves, and welcome to this testimonial. We are about to have a beautiful woman come on board called Lisa, who is an international fashion designer. She is a powerful entrepreneur, and she came into S.E.M because she was coming off medication, she was healing from anxiety, and she was learning to really integrate her inner masculine and her inner feminine and validate all of her parts. So she is now 11 weeks in through the S.E.M program, and I cannot wait to drop in with her and begin to explore a little bit of her journey, where she's been, and of course, the outcome and results that she's been experiencing through this process. So stay tuned. So it is so good to have you on this call. Thank you for being in this space, my love. And just for us as we're diving in, let me ask you, when you first came into S.E.M and you were first coming into like the whole journey, where were you at in your life? What was actually happening for you, and why were you feeling called to be in the space?
I guess I just wanted to be in alignment with my truth, find out, being more in touch with my body, like my essence, who I really am, my femininity. Like I know I'm already very feminine, but I think I just wanted to like tap in depth more, like get to know more about myself on a deep level, like my body, my universe within my side of me, and just yeah, just being in a most high alignment of my truth. And yeah, and embodiment is like it's something important to me because I feel like um um it's just such an essence. It's your core, you're who you are, and like what other ways is it to embody yourself, so I'm super grateful that you've like taught and shown us your journey and how you've gone through your own process, and now you're spreading and sharing this knowledge and this experience to us. So super grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And just for people who, if they're watching this for the first time and they're wanting to drop in, from where you were at, it was an intense time, huh? I know when we first met, Dubai, those days. um, what was really happening in your life? What was the sort of journey you were in? I know you'd been on medication and you were having big transits in business, and there was a lot that kind of was happening. Where was that in your life, and what's happening now for you?
Um, I guess it was just like a lot overload, like just a lot happening. I guess a lot of like energies from the city, and it's all over the place. I guess I feel like I was just wasn't clear in who I am. Like I something happened. I don't know. Like I went through different phases. I've been through such a beautiful time and in the highest alignment, and something just shifted. Like something happened, and I felt like I was just um I needed some clarity, and I needed like to be back into my truth, my alignment, and um yeah. So what was the question again? Keep repeating. Sorry, can you remind me?
No, you're perfect, my love. It's just where you were at. What drew you towards S.E.M, and what was happening in your life that was creating almost that sense of like, yeah, this is that moment. I'm ready. And I know you said you were wanting clarity and there wasn't a lot of like alignment that was happening. What had thrown you out of your alignment?
Um, well, okay, what really like caught me, like attracted me to SEM is just like one is getting to know my body, and getting to know like to be in the best version of me, be in my highest frequency, so I can attract the king, like the man that is meant for me. And I'm just like I've gone through. I'm grateful for the experience, but I've just like got through so much that I feel like I'm not gonna settle for anything less, and I'm literally gonna just like always known I'm worthy and deserving of this the one, and like no more messing around, and I'm not wasting my time, and just really like wanting to really attract and also prepare and also keep my only my one and only, like, and I'm worthy deserving of that, so I'm prepared and ready to do this, and And yeah, like that really resonated with me. So just yeah, I feel like there's one that person, a special person for some that person for everybody. And what is the point of like setting anything else? And there is only one true man for you, like for the rest of your life. I think I've gone through a lot, like beautiful relationships, but it wasn't meant to be. And then it was either a lesson and just great experiences, but I'm not going to that again. I'm now ready and I'm receiving and I'm like accepting only the one that's truly meant for me. So that's why it attracted me to S.E.M. And what was the other part you said?
So, at least from what I'm hearing you say from your journey, when you were coming in, you wanted clarity in your life, but you also were ready to attract in your king and not settle for any less. And there was a part of you that was wanting to figure out exactly how to do that, how to be that, to receive that. And obviously, now we've gone through 10 weeks, we've gone through all the five pillars, we've been learning and building. What have you seen as your journey, what was the journey for you in actually bridging that gap?
I feel like a lot of it is like a lot of deep inner work within. It's things that you have not acknowledged. And you feel um I've really have grown and shine and done my own thing, and I'm grateful, I'm super grateful I've achieved a lot of things. Same time, like there are certain areas and like not blind spots, like certain dark spots. I don't know, maybe it was hidden or something. And until you acknowledge it, until you really address it, until you really like heal it, um, like it's gonna be there. So I feel like uh so what really like helped me to move and growing a lot in these past few weeks is a lot of like stretching, releasing, letting go, healing, mainly on my inner child, which I would say, because the inner child is really it's part of you, it's who you are, it's part of you, it's part within you, it's in your body and stuff. And especially when I came off the medication, um, like even more it came out because like no longer something is it's covering it up, masking it. So that was a really big task for me to do, like especially by myself. It was
Yeah.
not like someone holding me hand by hand, and it was just wow. I just came off it naturally, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this because like I have to deal with it now, and I cannot like keep covering up with something else just to keep me plateau and so I could be okay. That is the reason why like it was coming out of me. It wants me to know. So it was so tough. It was so hard, but I had to like consider it and had to really hold the child, heal the inner child, let her be, really give her so much love and um yeah, and then it like through the methods that you taught us, like a lot of like addressing, holding, protecting, a lot of methods of like tapping and things like that. And the fact that you're just you're saying it's okay to do that because we're all pure, like we all started pure. Then you went through your journey and you had your own medication history and you came of it yourself, so you understand how it is because we're all pure and it's like things come up, it's meant to be for you to consider and to acknowledge, to heal, to protect, to love even more deeply than ever. And like I'm learning to like really learning to love myself, not learning but like we're always going to learn to love ourselves so much. It's a whole life journey, but like I now love myself even more than before, and like really truly respect myself, truly like having my own boundaries, know what I want, not selling for any less, and like committing to myself. And I love how you lay out your modules and your program, how like setting habit, committing to action, like having a schedule, like wake up in the morning, showing up. Showing up is so important to me because I'm a super creative person. I'm really, really free and really I love the fact I'm a rebel. I'm not gonna change that. I love it. I'm grateful. But I think the problem that like because the way I am, I'm super free and super flexible. And I have such a lot of like connections to the higher like realm, and I'm getting download all the time. But and I realized through your work, without you've laid out some really strong points where without like a masculine structure, like to lay it down, like this is some massive like realization. Like how can we materialize in the physical world? I understood it on the mental level before, but then doing this course and seeing how you show up, like really helped me to push myself to show up even more. Because I like a challenge, like you said, you do. I like a challenge. You're right. I do. I'm fucking give me a challenge because I don't want to lose. That is something to really like make a rebel work. Or like show up. Because if you say like you can't do something, my God, like I'm gonna fucking prove to you 10 times I can. So that's another realization because I'm like I didn't know I was a rebel. I didn't know that this is how I've been functioning all my life. I've always known that if someone tests me something, like don't even mess with me kind of thing, and I've kind of functioned like that all my life. Um, so I have my own qualities, and because you now known how humanity works, how humans work, and you've got your own, you know, um, technology, and you've learned, you've done through so much, and really that really like tap into, like kind of like put me in the right way. So that's really good because otherwise I would not realize it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like sides, there's a lot of angles you really like address and like really help me to realize things. Um, yeah. Also like super grateful, like really like I'm so grateful. I'm not setting for anything less, really.
Yeah.
And like I'm super grateful, like I'm doing all this work for myself and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying being on my own journey, exploring myself, my body, exploring my freedom, my just just connecting to my truth, and that's like the most enriching thing, the most powerful thing. And the fact that you're such a beautiful, amazing person, like I'm truly honestly like you're so authentic and you're so truthful and you show up and you really are genuine, like authentic, really. That's really powerful. It's really, really what makes me like drawn to you more and like truly respect you for that and grateful. And yeah, because everything you say is like you really mean it. And it's really authentic. And that's like it takes a lot to be like that.
Yeah.
Um so yeah.
But just like what a freaking amazing journey. Like I like these calls always for me are like, what a space to reflect where you came in and through your journey, through these 10 weeks in whatever you've brought into your system and you showed the fuck up. You really did. You had the courage to basically come off medication, to trust your path, to trust your body, to feel that safety. That's huge. If you've
It's
been on
really hard. It was hard. It was really hard. And I didn't know I was like I didn't know I had to face that.
yeah, but it's also knowing that you have that safety now where you are seeing your inner child. You know, I can hold myself. You've learned how to integrate these higher energies, which we have, of course, spiritual portals, but into a place where there's enough safety to actually make a tangible difference in your life. And also then to expand in your truth, to actually undo all the things that were not aligned to you and to say, hey, I show up for myself. I know how to communicate about myself. I know how to love myself. And I'm supporting myself even when it's hard, because I think that's the most real thing that I think is super important for women is knowing it's not all love and light. There's depth, there's intensity. And when we have these structures in place, we know how to support so we can be in our flow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just to firstly say, I'm amazed by you and I'm so grateful that you showed up the way you did. And a final question I would have is if there were other women who were going to join in, who were looking at this as a space to come in, what would you say to them? What would be your words for them?
Um like go for it. Like just like invest, give all your give it all, give it all you got. And um like you deserve it. This is like you're worth it. This is it's something that most every woman should know. Like most people, 99% women should know. Like to know how who you are, have your boundaries, your self-respect, what you're deserving, worthy of. And that's a really like the best self-love, like the best way to love yourself is really truly invest in yourself and like just like how else can you invest in yourself? Like buy some bikes and some temporary goods, like that how long is that gonna like, you know, um last, like this is the biggest investment you can make in yourself. And truly like I feel in every cell of my body, like wow, like I'm I've grown, I've like navigated, I've like expanded, I've learned to love myself so much. And yeah, I'm still learning more. I still have to rewatch the videos again and practice it even more. But just something shifted so much, really, really. Just when you like shift one area of your life, like even if it's not related to love or a relationship, it reflects on everything else in your life. It's like the whole big piece of like you're like a whole like embodied whole universe inside you. So when something an area is healed and an area is taken care of, like the rest of your life is somehow meet that level. Like I'm super clear now. Like I'm even more clear now. That I stopped thinking like I don't, and like no sex, right, and just something I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Gosh, like it just slapped me. Like not just slap me, but just the rest of the world should know this. Don't waste your energy ever. Don't ever waste your precious divine like this portal, this body, this especially your sexual silly like the sexual like portal to anybody. No, like the world should wake up and know this. Really, it's the most precious thing you have. And how could I freaking knew this? If I knew this, trust me. Oh my god! Like okay, I was married to someone for since until I was like 30, 31, 32, one person. And like there was something inside me that told me that I should just be with one person, and I was keeping myself for him. I've always been on that path, but there's like a not a dark side, but there's the other side that wanted to explore. I wanted to see what's out there. And but if I knew this, like every time I'm you know having encounters with people, I'm depleting or whatever, like sharing my energy with someone. If I knew this, because I'm super protective of my energy, but if I knew this, I would never ever have done like do what I did. I just I didn't know, and this is super important information. Like the world should know about this. Like women should be like whipped, like just to know this, to wake up, like realize what you're doing, really.
Yeah.
Because it's not to be wasted. It should not be. It's the most precious thing you got. This, your love, your heart, your body, your entire self. No matter what you look like, who you are, you're so precious. You're so important. Like you're so worthy, deserving the best. And the moment you realize that and you protect yourself and you really give yourself the best you deserve, you like the highest alignment will come for you. And also, even if like not yet, you know what you have. You know what you have, and you are worth it. You are really good enough. So that's the most important thing. Like books can't teach you that. You can read a book, you can learn and practice it, but it takes effort to practice it, and also day after day, your commitment, showing up for yourself, action. I've realized so much, like you can't just talk things in talk things about it anymore. Like you gotta take action, because action really materializes. And like fucking like what like I got whipped by you obviously. Like like made me feel like, oh my god, like I'm committing to this and investing into this, but why am I not? So that made me feel like it challenged the rebel inside of me, right? I'm like, damn, I cannot lose this. Like I cannot be like. So if you didn't do that, I would just be like, okay, I'll just catch up like next week or months later and things like that. Which I could, but really, the result really showed when you show up and you really take the action and like um yeah, I think that's a big massive realization is that there's two worlds, like there's a physical and there's a non-physical world, and it has to combine, you know? Like the non-physical world cannot like materialize it without you taking action. And when you're taking action too much, for example, and without the divinity and the guide and alignment of the higher self, like it's you need a massive combination of like two. So I just what I realized. Um, yeah. And still, I still need to prove myself more, honey. This is not even close. Okay, this is like 20%. Trust me. Oh my God. When I'm on fire, I'm like, yeah,
It's amazing. And it's amazing that you're coming to that place now where you're finding balance. Because when we are in balance, we can go to our 100%. But so many of us have gone through experiences where we've been knocked back, where we've been at 100 and then it's like, oh my God, it went to zero. And we need to rebuild. We need to be the energetic container that can be like, hey, I can rebuild. I know how to recharge. And now I am. And now I keep my boundaries. And now I hold myself. And now I know my truth. And now I'm calling back my energy. And the fact that you're in that journey and that's been happening for you is profound.
yeah. I've cut a lot of cords. That really helped too. Like that's something that, yeah, that's powerful. And I'm still doing it, you know, whatever it comes up anytime, like I'm still doing it. I'm committing to like purifying myself. So because when you're in purified new alignment, God just comes through you and you are just very connected. And that's like a divine job that you have. Because how else is God to going to communicate to you if you don't have a clear channel or something. So yeah, yeah, that's like it's just amazing, really,
Wow, my
really.
love. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything from where you started, where you came in with this like needing to find alignment, needing clarity, needing to figure shit out, have been really knocked back a lot in multiple areas from
You know why? I'll tell you why. Well, I don't want to go back to the past, but I realize now why. It's I was actually trust me, I worked so hard on my energy, so hard on where I was and like a year ago, super aligned, like connected. Now I realize when I was sharing the energy with the people sexually, the biggest that's what actually really like made me jump, like not jump, but like say yes to S.E.M. Like that's when I realized that when I've worked so hard on my energy and my alignment, I didn't know that I was sharing this beautiful special gift of mine to someone who isn't the best, you know, like highest interest. So I didn't know that. So now I realize it. So I'm coming back stronger and even more 100% better, bigger and stronger. And maybe it's a realization. It was a lesson, and that's why I met you. And also from the 10% where I was, even though I was very powerful, now I'm going to be even more 100% more powerful. So I'm super grateful, like how